I can work twice a week at home. So as long as we get our stuff done, we can pretty much do what we want.
We have an alternate week working arrangement, so it's in office 1 week, out of the office 1 week.
I'm most flexible now. I'm retired. I do what I want. I wake up what time I want. I go home what time I want. It's fully flexi.
Flexible work arrangements, the hot button topic on everyone's lips recently. But what exactly is it? Well, there are three main types of flexible work arrangements: flexi time, flexi place, and flexi load. In comparison to the year 2000, where only 3% of private sector employees were on some form of FWA, most of which was part-time work, FWA has become more prevalent in recent years, with about 7 in 10 establishments having offered at least one scheduled FWA in 2023. As the workplace continues to evolve to include considerations for employees' lives outside of work, and with the Tripartite guidelines on flexible working arrangement requests set to take effect from December 1st, 2024, we wanted to find out if Singaporeans felt that the benefits from FWA outweighed the negatives, and if yes, what their most desired types of FWA were. AsiaOne recently did a survey with 1,044 valid responses from employed respondents. We found that 51% agreed that their company provided them with the flexibility and autonomy to balance their work with their individual life needs. The most common types of FWA available to respondents were flexi time, followed by flexi place, then flexi load. 57% of respondents agreed that the benefits from FWA outweighed the negative aspects for workers. However, those with caregiving duties were generally more likely to disagree. Among those who agreed, better work-life balance and having to travel less to and from work were the main benefits they derived from FWA. Being unable to unplug from work after office hours, lack of social interaction with colleagues, and it being cumbersome to collaborate with colleagues were the main negative aspects experienced by those that disagreed. To expand on these findings, we headed out to ask Singaporeans whether their workplace offers FWA and whether they find it beneficial.
Default to be in your office, and then of course by exception to have the flexibility to work from home.
Flexible hours, flexible days where I can work from home and work in the office.
I think it's more on like the schedule.
Flexible time.
Flexible time.
I think flexi time.
Flexi time and flexi location.
Flexible place.
Flexibility in terms of place and time.
Flexi time, work at home.
Yes, they do, and basically we are able to work from home. I think it's more work-life balance, and I'm able to have more time because actually I cut down on the travelling time.
I run my own company, and of course I allow my employees to have some leeway to work from home or to be able to support their family needs if necessary.
Yeah, sometimes. I work freelance, so sometimes I can work from home and sometimes I have to work on site. Sometimes when you work in an office, it feels a bit too rigid for me personally.
Yes, it does. So I can work twice a week at home. So as long as we get our stuff done, we can pretty much do what we want.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for me as well. I've been quite fortunate that since day one in my company, I've been working from home. So I don't really have the need to go to the office if I don't want to. And this really helped tremendously as well because I have a young kid at home and one more on the way.
I'm most flexible now. I'm retired, my friend. You know, I do what I want. I wake up what time I want. I go home what time I want. You know, it's fully flexi.
Definitely, yeah. We have an alternate week working arrangement, so it's in office 1 week, out of the office 1 week. If I have things on, like say I need to bring my dog to the vet, they're quite okay with that. It gives me more flexibility to start based on my workload. So if I have a higher workload, I can start earlier and I can start from home. So I don't necessarily have to travel to the office earlier to start.
Yep, it's definitely beneficial.
Definitely, I would advocate on that, man. It gives one more family time, which I think a lot of us are lacking. You see, work, but no time for the family. What's the point?
I personally believe it is very beneficial because you allow productivity in other shapes and forms.
I guess it's on a case-to-case basis. If people are as productive in office and working from where they're working, why not?
Definitely beneficial. I think everyone has their own their different stages of life. I think every company should work with each of their employees differently as well.
I think it depends on the industry, but definitely for me it's beneficial.
I think as a default, as I shared, to be working from the office is great because camaraderie is built, innovation is fostered. But to allow and to trust the persons, if they have to work from home, okay, please go ahead and do so.
I mean, it's culture, part of it's culture. And part of the culture is also how willing your bosses are to listen to you and your needs.
Of course, the compensation, bosses, colleagues, and definitely I think having some flexi policy will be better for us.
Obviously, I have to stay a job because I have to pay the bills. What motivates me is because I'm looking out for the people which work for me and the well-being of their family.
Yeah, definitely flexible working arrangements. I think culture is also very important. So I mean, I'm working in a startup. Something that I look forward to, just being able to have people that in a similar mindset working together. I think that's very important to me.
Of the people we interviewed, flexi time was the most desired form of FWA. Most of the people we interviewed are already experiencing some form of FWA and said that it helps them accommodate their personal life schedules in tandem with their work, as well as being able to make better use of the time that would have otherwise been spent on commuting to work. Majority of the respondents also said that FWA is beneficial to workers, although it may vary depending on their industry. So, what do you think?